Hello and welcome from Dayton, Ohio. You join me in the Tesla Model 3 2024 long-range rear-wheel drive. And what we're doing today is I need to go drop off some packages and letters and stuff. But while we're out, I figured let's go check out some charging stations. So we're going to go visit a Tesla supercharger under construction, a Pilot Flying J EVgo station under construction, and one of the new IONNA, I don't know how you pronounce that, stations that's also under construction, and maybe we'll hit a couple extras on the way. But yeah, that's the general plan. As you can see, I am testing FSD 12.5.6.3, I believe, and it's good. It's overall pretty nice, but it's got some problems. It handles merges much better than older versions of FSD for sure, especially versions 12.5.4 and older, which run the older V11 stack. Which is all hard-coded rules for the highway portion, rather than this end-to-end neural network stuff that they're doing. But yeah, big improvement, still not perfect, as you saw that. It's a bit of a sketchy merge. I have my hands on the wheel. I was moving it over a lane because it's just not ideal. But yeah, works all right. As we approach this EVgo, I wanted to say I have mixed feelings about EVgo stations. The newer ones, pretty awesome, quite nice. High power. They're usually two or more of these, dual plug, simultaneous charging Delta cabinets that can do 350 kilowatts total to the two plugs, which is nice. It's a lot of power, and they have I believe it's a 540 amp limit on the charging cables, which is nice for lower voltage, higher amperage cars like Tesla. If you have something like a Hyundai or a Kia EV6, Ioniq 5, Ioniq 6, EV9, something like that, you're going to get the full power, but it's not going to have that extra bit of spice that you'd find on a Tesla, because those vehicles are high voltage, lower amperage, which stresses the thermal systems on the cars less and allows for greater charger compatibility, minus the older Tesla stuff, but that's a conversation for another day. But yeah, so they're pretty nice because you get that 540 amp power limit rather than 400, so you get a couple extra kilowatts of charging power for a Tesla, because I want to say Teslas usually draw somewhere in like the 620 to 680 amp range peak, so you need to be below 20%, the battery needs to be preconditioned properly and all of that. But I'm just going to move it over real quick. FSD got into the slow lane, and there's a police officer on the shoulder here, so alright, but yeah, so pretty good. I I do wish that they would add more than 4 chargers to their site layouts, especially the Nevi sites, where they're building out these 4-stall stations. 4 stalls is good, but if one post goes down, now you're down 2 stalls. I mean, that's half capacity. I've seen it happen. These Delta high power stations are usually pretty reliable, but I have been on a road trip where I pulled up to one and one entire cabinet was down, and thankfully there was no wait because I was there at a kind of odd early morning time frame. But yeah, just more chargers is better. So yeah, I'll see you when we get there. Guys, we have arrived. This EVgo is located at a pilot truck stop, and there is actually a really nice canopy. It goes all the way from the gas pumps to the store for the gas pump portion, but we're going to be checking out the faster over here off to the side in the parking lot. So as you can see, they've got them coned off at the moment because they do not appear to be operational quite yet, but that's okay. We'll get out and have a look. All right, so it looks like we got 6 charging stalls here. So maybe they've got some future proofing going on. So we got 2 posts, 4 plugs, and yes we do. So these are the power cabinets here, the 2 Delta 350 kilowatt units that convert the power to something usable. We got a hole right there for a 3rd one. So it looks like they're going to build this out with 4 just to start for the Nevi funding, and then expand in the future. So if we move up to one of these, yeah, out of service right now, but nice high quality Hoover Schooner. Let's see. Can't get it to focus, but it says 500 amps at 1,000 volts. So good stuff. Payment terminal. And yeah, well-documented emergency disconnects. You don't see a lot of those, actually. Mostly getting taken out. I think just from people messing with the chargers, vandalizing them, people not realizing that they're functional, they've just been messed with, but yeah. So, this is the site. Oh man, it's amateur hour over here. This, I totally forgot to mention, is the Franklin, Ohio EVgo charging stop. So, right off of, I believe, Interstate 75. So, probably not something that'll be used a lot by the locals, but more as just a more corridor charging. And yeah, with that, we're gonna head back on north. I need to swing by the post office, and then we will go up and check out our next charger, which is going to be the Tesla supercharger under construction in Vandalia, Ohio. That is going to be a Buc-ees 24 stall supercharger, I believe. So yeah, let's get to it. That's probably the biggest postal office I have been in a long time. Huge. Way bigger than my local one. Anyway, we are now on our way to Vandalia, Ohio, where we are going to check on the construction of the supercharger at the Buc-ees. We'll see you there. Keen-eyed among you may notice this is not a supercharger or a Buc-ees or a construction site. This is a Victor's Taco Shop. If you're ever in Ohio and you want good Tex-Mex, Victor's Taco Shop. Alright guys, just a quick break to drop off some packages, and then we'll be back on the road. Alrighty, let's go. here we are, kind of. We're at the Shell station because that is where the Buc-ees is under construction, and there is basically nowhere to safely park and walk around. So I'm not going to be able to give you a super close-up site review, but the site doesn't exist yet. Probably not an issue. Hopefully we'll see it get built soon. I believe the timeline is somewhere in the like 18 to 24 month time range. So maybe we'll see it sped up, maybe not. Maybe it will take till, what is that, 2027, 2026, something like that. So yeah, a little unfortunate that we couldn't see anything closer, but that's all right. We'll just we'll keep on going. Next up, we are going to the, I don't know if it's pronounced IONNA or IONNA. I'm just going to start calling it the IONNA station. But we are going to check out a site where supposedly there is an IONNA station being built just east of Columbus, Ohio. So I'll see you there. Alright, I have already loaded up the EVgo app. Just need to get my NACS to CCS adapter. Go ahead and open the charge port. Plug in connector. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Okay. And then plug in. Screen's a little bit rough, seen better days, but it appears to be communicating. And man, I forgot how long these cable checks take on the EVgo stations. Here we go, success. All right, 33%, 74 kilowatts. Let's go check. That's probably the max that this car can pull. These are 100 kilowatt stations, but they have 200 amp cables. At least the station might have a 200 amp limitation as well. So we'll just go to software, Model 3, enter. High voltage charging. And yes, we are getting 200 amps. Which is actually rather surprising given the low temperature of the battery. But I'll take it. Alright, well, we will go ahead and unplug. And I'm actually not going to try this station. It appears to be working, and these do too, as we have one confirmed session. So we'll head across the street, check out the Shell recharge station, and then we'll check out the supercharger, and we'll be on our way. Alright, we have found the station. There are a couple of level 2s. Looks like there is a Mustang Mach-E charging on one of the level 2 stations. So let's give one of these chargers a try here. Alright, get out the CCS adapter. These are some old Tritium V-Fill RT50s. I believe Tritium has actually gone out of business now. But we'll go ahead and we will grab the CCS handle from here, plug it in to the adapter here, but this is rather difficult to do one-handed. There we go, click together, and plugged in. Now I'll need to stop the clip for a moment to get it started. Hey, Editor Antonio here. I did not realize just how much footage I recorded yesterday. So we're going to go ahead and pause the video here, and we'll do a part 2 next time, because this is already almost half an hour long. So if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll get into it next week. We'll visit a couple of IONNA stations, finish up the site review on the Shell recharge station, and swing by a supercharger and an EVgo. See you on the next one.